What is going on, party people? Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my very first FIFA 21 player review. But before we get into the video, guys, make sure you absolutely obliterate that like and subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 100 views. I know it's a high target, but let's smash it. Rightio, so jumping straight into the video. Champions League, road to the final, Joao Cancelo, right? 6 foot, high medium, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Now 6 foot, I believe, is a good height for a right back, as that's pretty tall compared to most attackers, and if he has decent jumping, which I'm pretty sure he does, it will work very well for those high balls. High medium is really good for an attacking right back as well, because that means he gets up the pitch really efficiently, but he also drops back when needed. Obviously we've got the preferred right foot. The 4-star skill moves do come into play a lot when you use this card, and quite frankly they are very, very, very good. Now, if we jump into his stats, we can see that he's got very, very decent pace, right? 89 pace for a right back is very good. We've also got really, really high passing stats, right? Apart from his free kick accuracy, all of his passing stats are ideal. Maybe the long passes could be a bit better, but it's decent. Okay, he's got good dribbling stats, and they come into play with the 4-star skills a lot. He's got good defending stats. They're not the best, but it's decent for a right back. And then the physical, the stamina really, really stands out. No player traits to speak of, but this is the side that we are going to be running him in. I've got a couple of people from my first team, a couple of people off chemistry, but that's not going to matter too much. Now, if we get into the custom tactics, I've gone defensive, and I've just gone with a couple of different tactics that I will show you guys now, if you're interested in the instructions. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this video. Yeah, so if you do enjoy, please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you like. Preferably comment who you would like me to review in the next video. So, I had Joao Cancelo on balance for the first game, just to test him out. And see where we would need to go with him. And then eventually, in the second game, in the second half, I do end up putting him at right mid and chucking on 𝙍𝘼𝘾𝙏, who you can see now is on the bench, just to switch him up and see how he does at right mid. But yeah, let's get into the video, guys. So first of all, we'll start with his pace. He feels incredibly quick, guys. Like, he was outpacing some of their fullbacks when I had attacking opportunities with him, when I was making attacking runs. He felt really, really quick, just quick enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, he felt quick enough to be competing and contesting with all the other meta players in the game. So that was really good. Let's go on to his passing. Now, his passing is probably my favorite, if not my second favorite part about the whole card. His passing stats just feel unreal, guys. His crossing was amazing. I think I've crossed with him about 4 or 5 times, and maybe out of those 4 or 5 times, I think he got 2 or 3 assists. He was very, very good. Making those overlapping runs ahead of 𝙍𝘼𝙉𝙊, as 𝙍𝘼𝙉 is our right mid for most of the time. Yeah, making those overlapping runs. He was really efficient with the ball. You know, he moved it about quite quickly and quite agile. And yeah, he was just a really, really solid passer. As you can see in a couple of clips here, he does skill moves really, really well, which is what I want to get into next. His dribbling was insane. This is the thing that was contesting the passing for being one of the best parts about the card. He was absolutely unreal, guys. Like, the 4-star skills on the card were insane. They just made the card absolutely incredible, and probably worth its value by itself, to be honest. I mean, like, I know he's a right back, and some people don't really fancy these skill moves on right backs, but I 100% do. Like, in my normal team, I use 𝙍𝘼𝘼𝙊𝙁. I've had a few issues with him recently, but yeah, I have 𝙍𝘼𝘼𝙁 and I have Acuna, and they are absolutely sensational as well. I am thinking of replacing 𝙍𝘼𝘼𝙁, and Joao Cancelo is a very, very good card, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, also what I wanted to talk about was his defending. He jockeyed really, really well because he has those good dribbling stats. So he feels low, his center of gravity was really good, and it made him easy to defend with. His interceptions were also incredible. Like, I'm pretty sure I only played 2 games with this guy, but I got enough clips. I got more than enough clips. But yeah, what I want to just quickly want to intervene here. I am just letting you know that in this game, I did end up putting him on join the attack, and it made him much more involved in the play. Like, he was really getting forward, really pushing Jack Grealish's position, and it made it much more easy to play 1-2s down the line with him, and have him get more involved. Yeah, but what I was saying about his defending, his interceptions really stood out for me. I know they're quite low on the card. Ooh, and as we can see here through the player ratings, 𝙍𝘼𝘾𝙏 Cancelo actually got 2 assists in the first game. In the very first game, he goes and gets himself 2 assists, which was quite decent, considering that he was a right back. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, his interceptions felt really good. His marking was really decent. He was just really aware of the play and could predict the play really well. And like, where he was standing quite often was the right spot, which was good. However, I will say that sometimes he was quite high and that's not great for some people, as like counterattacks are massive on this game. So a lot of the time he was quite high, like quite pushing the wing really far. And I think, you know, some people won't like that. I didn't mind it because I had either of my midfielders covering that position, or Koscielny would just push wider. It ended up being fine. We played 2 games and got 2 reg quits, I'm pretty sure, so it wasn't much of a problem. One thing I did want to talk about as well, when I played him in the right mid spot, I was able to test out his shooting once or twice. It's really not the best, guys. Like, I would say if you were going to, oh, gee whiz, look at that. Sorry. I would say that if you were playing him in a right mid position, you would definitely have to put a shooting chem style on him, as we go ahead and move 𝙍𝘼𝘾𝙏 Cancelo forwards, to see how he plays in the right mid position at halftime in the second game. His shooting really wasn't the best. I had a couple of shooting opportunities with him, and I just didn't feel confident at all, because he had a couple of one-on-ones. I might have cut some out, but he had a couple of one-on-ones, and as you can see here, he really should be scoring that one, from that angle especially. But his attacking AI really makes up for it. Like, I know that his finishing isn't very good, but his attacking AI is superb, and it really does make up for it, as he can dribble and pass really well. So it doesn't matter too much that he can't shoot, especially if you're playing him as like a up and down the pitch right mid, you know what I mean? Like, supplying balls in. The bonuses about this card, he's quite tall, which made him really useful. Really useful. Like, whenever attackers had chances against him, he just felt big. He felt his work rates were exceptional. He's got the 4-star skills, which was great. These were all the bonuses. Some of the negatives though, as I said before, he's a bit high sometimes, and sometimes he lacked a bit of stamina. Even though his card says 94, I feel like it could be closer to 80. But yeah, let's get into the final review. Okay, so the final review on this card, guys, as you can see, he played 2 games for me. He got enough clips for me. He's assisted 4 goals in those 2 games. Most of the time he was playing right back as well, which just shows his attacking prowess. But yeah, I think if you're going to use this card, you would 100% have to use it as an attacking fullback, because otherwise the whole card is just wasted. He's so good going forward. His passing's exceptional. And I just don't think that you should waste this card as a stay back while attacking right back. You could also use this card as a kind of like a box-to-box, up and down the wing right mid. Even though his shooting wasn't the best, I felt as though his passing and dribbling, as I will say again, his passing and dribbling were really good. And I think that just makes up for the shooting. I feel like you could use him as a counter-attack starter. Now, what I mean by that is, he gets in there a lot, he retrieves the ball, and he can start up counterattacks really well because of that passing and dribbling that I will talk about once again. Also, he's got the pace to burn for days, so I honestly do think that you could play him in that right mid position, as he's got enough stamina. He's very attacking minded, which would make him a good attacking right back or box to box right mid. but he's not too bad defensively either. So if you wanted to play him as a stay back fullback, you could do that as well, which makes him such a good card as he's so versatile. Now, the final verdict, guys, all in all, he's my favourite right back that I've ever used this year. I've used 𝙍𝘼𝙉𝘊𝙈, I've used Road to the Final 𝙁𝘼𝘾𝙊, I've used 𝙍𝘼𝘾𝙊, I've used all these, you know, top tier right backs, and he's 100% been my favourite right back this year. So that just goes a long way, and it shows what kind of a card that he is. Also, Man City are likely to do well in the Champions League, so that means potential upgrades for him, which it makes his card even more worth the value. It's quite a high price for some people, and it's a big difference between his base card, but the card is a big difference between his base card as well, so I don't think that you're overpaying for this card. Also, 𝙍𝘼𝘾𝙏 has always been a good right back in FIFA ever since his, I don't know, like FIFA 16 or 17 maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. FIFA 18 card maybe. He's always been a good right back, and so I think, you know, he's going to be a good player regardless, whether you have the normal one or the Champions League one. I just feel like the Champions League one is boosted enough that you could upgrade to it. Definitely worth the coins in my value. As we were saying before, it's quite a high price, but it doesn't really matter as you are getting your value for money. As you may be able to see, it actually says first owner in the top right hand corner. I've been opening packs all week, and now I'm saving them for Team of the Year, but I was opening packs all week, literally got nothing. I opened an icon swaps pack. I think I got all 85s in my 85 5x85 plus, and then went and packed him tradable. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this player review. If you did, please obliterate the like button, obliterate the subscribe button. Like I said, let's try and get to 100 views. I know it's high, but I think we can do it. And until next time, I will catch you all later. Adios.